World Sports Action present the official Football League video, the Aston Villa story 1989-90. Graham Taylor's first season back in the top flight was a nervous one. Villa just managed to avoid dropping straight back into the second division. Taylor knew changes would have to be made. So, in the summer, along come defenders Kent Nielsen and Paul McGrath. The other big-name arrival, Adrian Heath from Espanyol. Dean Spink and Andy Comyn, they arrive from non-league clubs. Departures include Alan McAnally to Munich, Martin Keown to Merseyside. Almost £2 million is recouped. Alan Evans and David Hunt, they get free transfers. The big money men all make their debuts away to Nottingham Forest before home games against Liverpool and Charlton. First, Forest away.
So an early opportunity for Villa to make capital. Manfield wasn't picked up, and the centre-half puts Villa in front. Pearce. It's a good low ball, flicked on by Clough. Carr and Chapman somehow turned that over. Nicely done. Plenty of players forward. Crosby looking for the byline. He'll need help now. Pearce is arriving, driven in, and Parker, the equaliser. 1-1.
Beardsley opening it up for Barnes down this near side. Comyn, the young fullback. He's in trouble here as the fullback. Great work from Barnes. A deflection and it's in. Liverpool are in front. A fine individual goal from John Barnes. An hour gone. Corner to Villa. Nielsen's well in there. David Platt. It's all square. 1-1.
McGrath has given it away, and Peake knocks it long for Charlton, and Williams is off in pursuit, and Paul Williams with Spink committed, an open goal for Andy Jones. McLaughlin, terrific save by Spink. Price, Villa keeping it short at the moment. And Mountfield's cross held up well by Heath. Platt is in there, and the final touch came from Ian Olney. 1-1.
So, 3 consecutive draws give Villa 3 points, 13th place in the table. It's still very early days yet. The new signings, they're all settling in very nicely. Now, it's Southampton, Spurs and Sheffield Wednesday. I'm afraid a camera fault means we're only able to show you the Spurs game in black and white. Let's begin though with Villa's trip to the Dell.
Rodwise. Right out, Wallace is in. Oh, that'll be a penalty, will it? Yes. Rather untidy challenge by Gallagher, and no doubt in the referee's mind. Right out against his old club from the spots, and he's missed it. That's a good ball. Again, Villa stretched here. Cockerill's unmarked in the middle. Here he is. Oh, it's a lovely strike. Glenn Cockerill, and Southampton are in front. Driven long again. Right out is jumping. Here's Barry Horn. Held by McGrath. And back in. Here's Jimmy Case. Oh, screamer! A lovely strike from Southampton's veteran captain. 2-0. Here's Platt. 2-1. But is it too late?
Olney, he's in here and has taken the chance in great style. Gallagher wants it back, gets it back from Olney. Oh, and it's ricocheted. Olney might be in for his second here, and Aston Villa could well be on course for their first win of the season. Worthington, Sheffield Wednesday really trying to impose themselves here, and Dalian Atkinson took the shot first time and drove it low beyond Nigel Spink to give Sheffield Wednesday the lead. 10 minutes gone.
Two defeats in 3 games. Villa still 13th, still averaging just a point a game. Could we be in for a repeat of last season's worrying relegation battle? The Littlewoods Cup provides a welcome win over Wolves in the second round first leg. Platt gets his third of the season. Club captain Stuart Gray nets the other goal. Transfer news: Mark Lillis leaves Villa. He joins Scunthorpe. Now, home games against Queen's Park Rangers and Derby coming up.
Trevor Francis, no stranger to this city, where of course he began his career with Birmingham. Gray. Looking for Derek Mountfield, but only got up well, and the goal was scored by David Platt. Francis. Rangers looking to strike back. Francis first to this one. It found a route into the back of the net, and Villa have lost the lead. That's Clark. That's Francis. His second. Rangers 2-1 up. Clark. Sinton couldn't control it. Francis does. Oh, I say! Top class. A hat-trick, really in the grand manner. And Trevor Francis, at the age of 35, still such a stylish performer. That was a wonderful goal and a wonderful day for him.
Price, right back with a buccaneering streak to his play, holding off Micklewhite, drawing right out of the centre and winning Aston Villa a corner. Corner taken by Gray, met by McMinn, back where it had come from. Oh, and that's a marvellous save by Shilton from David Platt. From that range, once Platt had made contact, he must have felt that he'd scored. But you have to reckon on those circumstances with Shilton. And he rescued Derby yet again. Micklewhite and Forsyth linking up cleverly. Goddard. Well, Daly is a real sprinter, and Forsyth found himself the wrong side of Tony Daly. But Derby will be pleased to make Daly defend, when Villa will have hoped to have brought him into the game a little bit more than they have done in the first period. Here he is now. And Wright's got to stretch, Platt's got the better of him, he's round Shilton, right on half-time! A great moment for Aston Villa, when Derby were almost cruising to the break. And ahead of Shilton they relaxed a little. But Platt, who perhaps of all the Aston Villa players this season has been in the best condition, the best form, and it showed. And that was a real moment of opportunism. Right first to it in the air again. Williams winning the ball well, but then giving it away, and Gage doing likewise. Micklewhite with Saunders through the centre, Goddard is onside to the left, and Goddard has made the goalpost judder. He held his position well. The worry for Derby was that Saunders might have strayed offside. Micklewhite picked the right option with the pass and got out with a clear sight of goal on a ground where he got the winner last season. But he couldn't get the equaliser here. The post prevented that. Price backpedaling. Saunders on a run. Mountfield. Oh, has given it away to Saunders. Is this going to be the equaliser? And Derek Mountfield is mightily relieved. Saunders curses his own error at the end of it, but Mountfield gave Derby County a clear-cut opening, and Mountfield is telling everyone that he's to blame. I don't think they needed much telling, and Saunders culpable for Derby too.
Villa won't need telling either. It's their second win of the season, thanks to Derby's wasteful finishing, and of course to David Platt's accuracy at the other end. What's the manager's reaction?
This phrase, "it's only a game," is a silly sort of thing, but it is only a game, but it happens to be a living. But, I mean, there's so many... What happens today if Saunders had 2 or 3 chances? What if he scored with them today? We've lost 3 or 4-1. And all of a sudden the game's no different other than the fellas hit the target when I'm then the world's worst manager. That's how it is. It's so thin, this line, isn't it, between success and failure, that it's not worth believing either of them. You just get on and enjoy your life.
A philosophical Graham Taylor. Villa survive a difficult Littlewoods Cup second leg tie at Wolves. It's 1-1 on the night. Villa are through, 3-2 on aggregate. They travel in the league now. Games against Manchester City. Before that, it's Luton Town on the artificial surface.
Cowans gives the signal. Villa in a group around the penalty spot. Derek Mountfield's got free, and he's done it again! He steered Villa into the 3rd round of the Littlewoods Cup. He's put them in front now here at Luton.
Olney maybe glanced it, but Platt anticipated it with typical intelligence. Gray. Gage up in support from left back. And a goal! It's Daly! And Tony Daly, who would love to play at Manchester City every week. He's scored now in 3 games in a row here for Aston Villa. We've not had 5 minutes, and Aston Villa have a goal to celebrate. Kevin Gage did very well indeed. White. Manchester City still looking for the final ball from that build-up on the right-hand side. That's such an essential part of the way they play the game. Oldfield. White in again. It's an excellent ball. Oh, Allen! And it's Lake. And then it's Spink. My goodness. By Clive Allen's high standards, that was a straightforward opportunity. But he tucked it against the inside of the post. Lake with a difficult ball to hit the second time. Forced the goalkeeper into the save, but White making an impact now. Mountfield. Oh, and it's in. Ian Olney.
Two excellent victories. Villa are up to 9th in the table on 15 points, just 4 behind the leaders, Everton. The Littlewoods Cup tie at home to West Ham ends goalless. A replay will be arranged after Villa have met Crystal Palace and Everton in the league.
Well, it's Gage who takes it in the end, and it might have been deflected. Suckling had to go down late to save it. Good save too. Cowans with the corner. On from Nielsen, a goal from Platt, and Suckling doing very well again. Gray. Barber's ball forward. Now right, great shot, and Spink had to work hard to get it over the top. Well, there's acres of room here for Mark Bright. He checked back to stay onside. Palace filling the middle. Spink's got there. Alan Pardew! Over Ormondroyd, taken on the turn by Platt. David Platt has brought Villa back into it at 1-1. They've been behind for 10 minutes. Spink kicks it long and release the ball very quickly, as Villa have to do. Now Birch. Platt. David Platt can win it now. Surely he has done. And Villa can keep their run going here. How hard they've had to work for it, though.
Here's Collins, free. He's got Platt up alongside him. It's a goal! A great start for Aston Villa. Cowan's first goal of the season. Hit with tremendous venom as he got in behind that defence and took it really well, Ian.
Oh, it was a beautifully played ball by the fullback. Split the Everton defenders who were all square. And who says that he's only a left-footed player? He kept cool, took it into the box and slammed it in the corner. Aston Villa certainly winning the midfield battle, aren't they? You know, McGrath and Cowans in there. They're getting far more of the ball than the Everton pair.
So many good things emanate from Gordon Cowans, and his their good spell, Villas, has really coincided with his return for the team. And there's a great shot, and Olney will boss it home. Good work by Platt leading up to it. Southall got a touch, but Olney really made sure. And Villa go 2 up. Ormondroyd on the far side. Good work there by Platt. Southall could do nothing. Hans then with one of those tantalising free kicks. Platt there first! A brilliant goal by David Platt! It's 3-0. Astonishing performance by Aston Villa. An amazing start with 3 goals. And maybe the best of them all there from David Platt. His 8th of the season, Ian St John.
Well, it was a lovely little header. Played to the near man there and looked over the head of Neville Southall.
McGrath. Here's McCall. They're tough times actually for the Everton defence without the likes of Ratcliffe and now Watson. And no Snowden and no Poynton. It's a real makeshift defence. It faces another big examination here as Gage takes it up this time. Gets it through to Platt. He's got another one! A brilliant goal again by David Platt. The second for Platt and satisfaction for the manager. What a lovely bit of finishing. Sorry, sir.
I was going to say superb work by Kevin Gage here. You know, he fought off the tackles, played a little ball, but look at the skill here. Turned inside Keown and slid it past the keeper. I mean, that is quality, that is class.
First time Everton have conceded 4 goals this season. And David Platt has now scored 2 of them and made 1. Here's Ormondroyd. Platt up there, only up there. Ormondroyd weaving his own way. And a good shot! And Olney! It's astonishing, this. They can't believe it on the terraces, but they're celebrating it nonetheless. Terrific work here by Ian Ormondroyd. Everton pulled all over the place. And it's Olney who gets that final touch. And he too now is on a hat-trick. 5-0. Here. Beagrie. Blake shouldering Sheedy off the ball. Finding Davey. Platt and Olney waiting in the middle. That is an obstruction by McDonald.
I thought it was a harsh decision that Ryan,
Rather by Ebrel.
yeah, so I thought Daly ran into the back of Ebrel there.
It's a free kick. Price is across there. Cowan's more likely the one to take it. Nielsen is up from the defence, so too is Mountfield as Villa look for goal number 6. It's gone in! Probably straight in.
Maybe Derek Mountfield, I don't
Maybe
know.
Mountfield.
Well, Mountfield was in the back post.
Nobody's sure, but let's have a look here. It just came... It came off Nielsen. It came off Nielsen.
Yes, I think you're right. It was Kent Nielsen, just got a little flick on.
Oh, here come Everton now with Cotty. And for the second successive weekend, Tony Cotty gets on the score sheet. The ball made the break. A perfect ball for Tony Cotty, and some good finishing by him to give Everton their first goal of the afternoon. Sharp for Everton. Beagrie for Everton. Ebrel away on that far side for them. Seeking to put a stamp of respectability on this afternoon of football. Cotty again. Beagrie. And it's in there!
Well, it's fight back time.
Well, 6-2 now.
I think it was an own goal.
I think it was Paul
McGrath.
McGrath, yes. Here we go. Off his shin almost into the roof of the net.
It brought people's attention onto us because it was a very good performance by us. It was a very good game, and you know, not many teams put 6 past Everton, and that I think surprised people. But it was the way that we played. We'd already gone about 3 or 4 games prior to that, and we're putting a run together. But certainly that televised game brought attention on all of us, particularly David Platt.
Yes, a tremendous performance, a great result. It's Everton's worst defeat for 12 years. Villa leapfrog over the Blues into 4th place, 1 point behind the new leaders, Chelsea. Defeat, though, in the Littlewoods Cup replay at West Ham. So, one cup competition ends. Villa, though, still have hopes in the other 2. David Platt's 9 goals this season earn him a place in the England squad. And now Villa face away games at Norwich and Wimbledon, and a home game against Coventry sandwiched in between. Let's go to Carrow Road.
Allen. Taken on the burst here by Townsend. Well, how did it stay out? It comes back again across the face, and Villa were very lucky then. Allen with David Phillips to the left, and Bowen making a move outside of Phillips. Bowen with the cross. Oh, it's flown off Derek Mountfield, and that's an own goal to give Norwich City the lead. Flipped in by Cowans, the goalkeeper's come, and an incredible clearance off the line by Butterworth. From Mountfield's header, I think it was. Linnigan has forced it in. 2 for Norwich.
Daly. Still Daly, Coventry letting him go. Ormondroyd's unmarked, here he is, and he must score. 1-0 Villa. Daly again. Good stop! Oh, it's gone in off Trevor Peake. That's a good ball from Speedy. Smith's in. Oh, fell at the crucial moment, but Gin! And that'll give them heart. Ormondroyd! It's given! 3-1 Villa. It's all over now. Oh, that's reckless. Hasn't been Trevor Peake's afternoon. Platt against Grizovic. 4-1.
Ormondroyd will fight for this one. Young likewise for Wimbledon, and that's a marvellous ball by Gordon Cowans from left to right. Volleyed first time to pick out Daly. Wimbledon were caught out by that, and they couldn't recover because David Platt has slipped Villa into the lead. That was well read by Nielsen, and well delivered to Daly. Tony Daly has made sure of the points here for Aston Villa.
That result puts Villa up to second place, level on points with Arsenal and Chelsea. All three have 27. The Zenith Cup tie at Hull finishes 2-1 in Villa's favour. Once again, David Platt is among the goals. Now we're into December. Villa have a home game against Forest, then a crucial top-of-the-table battle at Liverpool and another away fixture at Millwall. First, Forest at home.
Cowans to take the free kick. McGrath, Olney, great start for Villa, 2 minutes gone. Chettle got it across and Chapman steered it in for the equaliser. Outfield, Olney, Cowans for Platt. Oh, that's a wonderful finish from David Platt. Forest were opened up through the middle. Ormondroyd coming in. Olney! It was a cracking shot on the turn and deserved a better fate, really. Barnes takes it quickly. Glanced on by Rush and tipped over by Spink. Ormondroyd, who moves in well to make those headers, and it's gone on for Olney, who scored! More evidence of Aston Villa's growing stature this season. On goes Barnes. Oh, and as he's checked, the muscle's gone again. Beardsley has to work the ball past the injured John Barnes, who's in some distress. And this hamstring problem has reoccurred. That's a very sad sight for Liverpool and for England. Price. Oh, and Grobbelaar wasn't going to get there, and Ormondroyd was never really in a balanced position to get his shot on target, but it was half a chance. Staunton. Rush. Now Molby. Liverpool really settling to their task in the second half. Still a goal adrift. Staunton. Rush looked a little offside. In comes Beardsley, who's placed it from outside the penalty area beyond Spink's dive. An excellent piece of quick thinking and improvisation. Olney still making Liverpool work at the back to keep him at bay, and they can't. It was a glorious run, and glory was beckoning at the finish of it too. The Villa fans urging the referee to blow the final whistle, but how capably they performed here at Anfield. They would feel they've deserved a point. Will they get one? Rush tries to prevent that.
Gasparino was the target. Here's Carter. Gasparino's gone near post. Oh, what a good header! How did he squeeze that in? Oh, and Stevenson's come round the back for 2-0.
Villa produce a repeat performance to dispose of Forest again in the Zenith Cup. David Platt gets goal number 14 of the season. It's another 2-1 win. Now, a great occasion. Boxing Day, the biggest home game of the season, over 41,000 for the visit of Manchester United.
Here's Williams. He really is a naturally attacking left-sided player, as you can see. Ormondroyd, Olney, clever build-up by Villa. Back by Mountfield, and the catch was an acrobatic one from Jim Leighton. Olney. Michael Phelan scrambled it away, but not very far. Leighton's lost it. Can Olney turn it in? He's done that! And Villa really deserve the lead here. They've had to wait until the 56th minute. Manchester United showing some signs of the tough match before Christmas against Liverpool. And Tony Daly trying to run the legs off them now. And here's Platt, the former Manchester United junior. And that's a goal of rare satisfaction for David Platt. Now Pallister. Manchester United have got more players forward now. One of them is Phelan. 2 goals down. Alex Ferguson's team got to find something quickly. Hughes trying to thread a ball through to Anderson. Blackmore has the shot. That's a good cross by Gage. Williams launched himself at it. Showing plenty of strength in possession. And Aston Villa reasserting themselves. Daly. Platt. Kevin Gage comes onto it. 3-0. A scoreline of real authority for Aston Villa here.
Another excellent win. But with Arsenal's recent run and Liverpool so consistent, Villa drop to 3rd in the table. 4 points is the difference now. What a clash now. A real top-of-the-table battle against the Gunners, then Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. First, let's check the Villa lineup against the champions.
It is the same side which overwhelmed Manchester United here 4 days ago when Gareth Williams performed well in his first full game in the First Division. 3 centre-backs, McGrath, Mountfield and Nielsen, they've formed a strong defensive shield. Cowans is in vintage form in midfield. Daly, Olney and Ormondroyd are all improving at this level. And David Platt in particular has emerged as an outstanding talent. 2 England caps now, 15 goals this season, and he scored in each of his last 7 league games at Villa Park. Tremendous sense of expectation at Villa Park. Aston Villa, who started the season rather shabbily and have really come good over the last 3 months. This will be a real barometer, though, for their progress. Arsenal lost their last match on Boxing Day at Southampton by 1-0. They've got a great incentive with a change side here. to lift their level of performance, which has been just a little below par in recent games. As we move into the second half of the season, both these clubs with plenty to look forward to. Paul McGrath for Villa, looking for the speed of Tony Daly. Daly had a magnificent spell in the match here against Manchester United in the second half when Villa roared on to victory, largely through the incisive wing play of Daly. Arsenal's success here exactly a year ago really hinged on a goal after just 2 minutes. It was scored by Alan Smith. And in that 3-0 win, Perry Groves came on as a substitute to get the third of the three. David Rocastle was the other scorer, but he's only a substitute today. Here's Williams, Lukic has lost it. Well, the whistle has gone, but Gareth Williams, who's quite an interesting player because he was signed here as a left-sided attacker. He's had to wait a while for an opportunity, and it's come as a left-back, but the attacking instincts are still there, as you can see, and it was too hot for Lukic to hold. This is encouraging from Aston Villa. Williams, the converted winger. Ormond-Royd. And again. Kevin Gage, he's not offside. Oh, and at full stretch was Daly. Well, it isn't easy to open up Arsenal, but Aston Villa did that then. It won't run for Adams, he's got to play it. He was looking to get a goal kick out of it. Gage. Great work by Kevin Gage! A scorer here against Manchester United in the last Aston Villa match. And Adams and his colleagues pressed all the way back there. Gage went on, his eyes really only on goal, and he very nearly found it. Here's Daly again. Cowans. Ormond-Royd against Bold in the centre. Platt. Oh, he's done it brilliantly! Wonderful goal! David Platt. A great year it's been for him. And he continues this amazing run. 8 games now in the league on this ground in a row in which Platt has scored, and this must be one of the best. It was a brilliant turn then. A terrific technician who lost David O'Leary and buried it past John Lukic. The trickery is coming from Dixon. And the cross. And all Gage can do is play safe. Smith had to make a run to the near post. If he'd been at the far post, it would have been more into his path. Adams saying exactly where he wants the ball, with a message that could hardly be missed. And it's off the line. An extraordinary episode, but it was a foul on the fallen Villa player. It was Gareth Williams. Ormond-Royd could only deflect it towards his own goal. And Cowans was part of the pack that rescued Villa, but then the referee had spotted the push on Williams. Olney. Oh, Villa wanted to play on. I think that was a free kick by Platt. Ormond-Royd. Is it Platt again? It still could be David Platt, and Tony Adams was able to stand in the line of the shot to save Arsenal. And Villa break free from the shackles to have a corner. Daly, maybe Villa will score from it. Derek Mountfield, they have! Arsenal in a line, look at the linesman. Lukic in disbelief. And just at a time when Aston Villa's lead looks so fragile, they spring the Arsenal offside trap with Tony Daly's cross and a solid header from Derek Mountfield. He was unmarked because Arsenal expected the whistle. They didn't get it. It's Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 0. George Graham won't be disappointed about the energy that his team have expended, but the end product hasn't been there. There might be a goal here, though, simply through weight of numbers. Groves. That's Adams! But there still may be time. 2-1. And he wants to get the game restarted. Has it come too late for Arsenal? Groves got the cross, and Adams was there first. Took a flick off McGrath on the way in.
Dorigo, a little too quick for Nielsen, but he didn't come away with the ball, which has now been transferred by Aston Villa to Tony Daly, and that could mean trouble for Chelsea until he's stopped by Clive Wilson. Gage. And again. Oh, deflected, goal! It'll go down to Kevin Gage, but it gave Besant no chance. Moncao. Bumstead! Oh, unlucky Chelsea! Daly. It's run on for Olney, and this is how Daly loves to get the ball. And Chelsea, even Dorigo's not quick enough to get to him, and look at that! Tony Daly. Terrific goal for Villa. Olney and Graham Roberts, a little sluggish in his pursuit. There's an open goal for Ormondroyd, and Besant, in fact, stopped it being absolutely open. Platt, 3-0. Well, Ormondroyd will feel better about that, and David Platt delighted.
A magnificent win to start the 90s. Villa have closed the gap on Liverpool. It's just 2 points now, and Villa have a precious game in hand. The FA Cup tie at Blackburn ends in a 2-2 draw. Villa win the replay comfortably. Ian Ormondroyd scores in both games. Villa going really well in the Cups. The Zenith Cup produces another win. Leeds are the victims this time. Villa are through to the Northern Final. They'll meet Middlesbrough over 2 legs. In the league, a chance to keep the momentum going. Games against strugglers Charlton, then Southampton, managed by old Villa favourite Chris Nicholl.
Cowans with the corner. Nielsen and Derek Mountfield, the two centre-backs combining there. Mountfield's goal after Nielsen had made a real nuisance of himself at the near post. Only 3 minutes gone and Charlton in trouble. Gage. Now Daly. Oh, it's an own goal! Joe McLaughlin.
Jimmy Case with the kick. That's a good header, and Letizia just over. There's Kevin Gage for Villa. Hit it well, and that's a good stop. Letizia, it's real end-to-end stuff, this. Here's Cockrell. And that's a very good save from Spink. Cowans. There's Villa probe again. Here's Platt. And Cowans is in. Oh, unlucky. And again. Price with the throw. Mountfield. Here's Daly. Inside Wallace. Oh, it's found its way into the far corner. Cowans, McGrath. That's a good deep throw. Here's Wallace. And Cockerill. Oh, it's a good equaliser. Lovely control with his chest. And then thumped it past Spink. Daly. Platt chasing. Ormondroyd is free again in the middle. There he is! Off the bar. Cowans curling one in this time. Mountfield's header, and it was off the line. Ormondroyd. It's one for Olney to chase. There's Ormondroyd again, driven in. Daly and Gage. 2-1 for Aston Villa. Cockerill, that's a good run and well hit. And Spink, very nearly found its way in.
That victory over the Saints means Villa are second to Liverpool only on goal difference now. Villa have won the last 6 league games and still have that precious match in hand. An avalanche of goals in the FA Cup at home to Port Vale. 6-0 the result. Platt, 2 from Birch, Olney and a brace from Gray. Defeat in the Zenith Cup at home to Middlesbrough, despite leading through a Paul Birch goal. Conditions were dreadful. The same result in the second leg. The Borough win in extra time. Now, back into the league. Ron Atkinson, Sheffield Wednesday, at home.
Hurst going round the outside of Nielsen. Beaten away by Spink. Atkinson completely missed his kick. Intercepted by Olney. Cowans with a lovely raking pass. And Daly, well, not too many players in the league would have kept that in. And he's got beyond King now. David Platt in the perfect position as he's been doing all season to take his total to 20. Trevor Francis, who got a hat-trick here earlier in the season, of course, with Queen's Park Rangers, on now for Sheffield Wednesday. Sheridan. Wednesday fighting hard. McGrath got to it. Hurst. Oh, and the flick from Atkinson was agonisingly close. Francis lifts it in. Hurst blasts it wide.
A last-minute goal from Tony Daly at the Hawthorn seals a 2-0 win over West Brom in the FA Cup 5th round. Villa will face Oldham in the quarter-finals. Transfer news. Adrian Heath leaves to join former boss Howard Kendall at Manchester City. Now, Villa can go top if they win at White Hart Lane. It's a tough task. Tottenham have hit form right now, but the incentive is there.
Olney. Ormondroyd taking it on the burst and stretching those long legs. And forcing Tortsvet into not an easy save at all. Cowans. Daly. Aston Villa playing with all the confidence you'd expect from their recent league results. Met by Mabbott, but not decisively for Tottenham. Ormondroyd! Well, that was very decisive. On his weaker foot too. And he's thrilled with the goal, and he's entitled to be. And so are they. Tortsvet beaten 6 minutes into the second half. That's a foul outside the area. A double challenge really on David Platt. And Platt doesn't want to see Mabbott get booked here. Gary Mabbott, who's got a terrifically good disciplinary record. But it's a yellow card for him now.
hoped that David Platt had got a stride further forward then. Look how close it was to being a penalty. Tottenham have pulled everyone back. The wall has got to be the right distance back. Olney has joined the end of the wall. Villa have set up a little shield of their own. Cowans takes it. In goes Mountfield. Against the post. Platt got it. Villa now on the verge of a 7th consecutive league win.
The Villa, top of the pile for the first time this season. 7 straight wins. Villa lead Liverpool by 2 points and still have that game in hand. A great position to be in. Now, Villa face Wimbledon, Coventry and Luton. All teams they've beaten this season. Can they do it again? It's the Dons up first.
Girl is kicking, and that might be a common theme on this rather treacly pitch. Daly, tripped by McGee. That's a penalty to Aston Villa. Eight minutes gone. David Platt with a chance to give Villa the lead, but he hasn't taken it. It was too close to Sagers. Fashanu. Mountfield's gone across with it. And Fashanu just pushes it and powers away. For Wimbledon, tripped by Mountfield. And now Wimbledon have a penalty. Earned by Fashanu, to be taken by Fashanu. He scores! And Aston Villa have a major problem here. Wise leaving it. Anthropos clips it in. That's Fashanu's goal! Too hot to handle for Aston Villa. Wise. Wimbledon happy to sling it long. Miller to chase. And he's too strong for Cowans. He's slipped McGrath. Paul Miller completes a wonderful day for Wimbledon.
Livingston. Gage trying to get the header in. Regis! Oh, a terrific bit of goalkeeping there by Spink. Threw himself at that challenge when Villa were caught out. And Regis was in the perfect position. Smith crossing it in again. McGrath getting back into that penalty area, getting it away, only as far as Gin. What a great piece of goalkeeping there by Nigel Spink. Good, consistent first division goalkeeper is Spink. He's done Villa proud here. It caught Mountfield on the wrong foot, and suddenly Regis was there. Tony Dobson with the throw. Dobson again. In towards Kilcline. Nobody knows where it is. Gin the first to find it. Speedy. Into Gallagher. And a throw to Coventry. Gin. Brian Borrows for Coventry. Kilcline with the dummy! Speedy shot, superbly saved there. That was a great dummy by Kilcline. And a well-taken shot by Speedy, but again, some excellent goalkeeping by Spink. Jimmy Greaves.
Oh, great dummy and a superb save. It's a question of Nigel keeping his eye on the ball, which he did.
Flick towards the far side. Smith's coming in! A terrific save by Spink. Oh, Spink's the real hero, but that was a great Coventry move. And a marvellous flying header by David Smith. Speed is ball across that goal mouth. Here comes Smith. And there once again is Nigel Spink.
That's a great save.
Livingston. Speedy. Here's Smith in a bit of space.
Mountfield looks in a bit of trouble there.
Well, Kevin Drinkle's coming on as Steve Livingston goes off, the substitution being made for Coventry. And if Mountfield's in trouble, then well, Villa have Stuart Gray, a defender. Well, here's Coventry now with Gallagher playing it in. Ormonroyd missed the chance there. And it's there by Drinkle! His first touch as a substitute. And Coventry go into the lead. Well, the substitution was made because of an injury. If it weren't for that, you'd say that was an absolute masterstroke by John Sillett. A great first touch there by Kevin Drinkle onto the left boot. And Coventry go into the lead. Jimmy Greaves.
It was a good touch because it's not easy to come on, as we all know, as a sub and get straight into the game. It was good control and an excellent finish.
Here's Speedy. And now here's David Smith. That's really got Coventry going. There's the shot, it's another one! David Smith, 2 goals in 90 seconds. Nigel Spink, the hero of the first half, fits the ball out of the net again, and Villa are in deep trouble. David Smith, the scorer, only his 4th of the season, tormenting Chris Price, getting it onto the right foot and burying it beyond Spink in the far corner. They're going to bring us something.
He took the player on, took it on, brought it inside. Good shot, gave the keeper no chance.
In the meantime, Stuart Gray is on and Derek Mountfield is off. Well, it's all action now. Mountfield hobbling away. Now let's see what Villa are made of as they seek to come back. So problems mounting for Graham Taylor. Coventry 2, Villa 0.
Just shows you what's happened when a player does get injured. Teams do lose concentration. We all say they shouldn't. It's a professional game. They're all professionals. But it does happen. And
Knocked off the post there.
And I would say,
terrific job there by Stuart Gray. And Villa so close to that lifeline that they wanted. Price. Jumped really well here. What a leap that was by Gray. Beating Ogrizovic's dive, but not the post.
Williams. Run back by Breaker. Luton with plenty to play for themselves here. And Williams a barrier to them on his return to the side, and Daly goes on for Aston Villa. Tony Daly, is this going to be one of the goals of the season? It is. An extraordinary run by an extraordinary player. Platt is in behind them. Luton went for the ball, collectively missed it. Platt didn't miss. 4 minutes into the second half.
It's a severe stumble. Villa are still on top. 2 defeats in 3 games, though. They've now conceded that game in hand on Liverpool, and the men from Merseyside hold that advantage. Villa go out of the FA Cup, beaten 3-0 on the artificial surface by an excellent Oldham team. Graham Taylor shatters the transfer record. He pays Millwall £1.5 million for Tony Cascarino a couple of days before the match at Derby. The Republic of Ireland striker joins the team for the game at the baseball ground. Cascarino's already scored 11 goals for Millwall this season. Now his new manager expects more.
People will say that Tony Cascarino has been brought here to win the First Division title in the remaining 10 games for us. That is an easy headline, it's an easy line to write, and I can't stop people writing it. I hope that he will help, but even if that were to happen, we have played sort of 28 games before he came. So the signing of Tony isn't just for the next 10 games, he signed a 4-year contract. It's to make sure, hopefully, that at the start of next season, hopefully the seasons afterwards, that Aston Villa can have a squad of players whereby our competitors can look at us and say, look, if everything remains equal, they'll be a top 6 side. Now, if in fact we can always do that, then you've always got a chance that one year you'll win the championship, now be it this year or in so many years' time. The whole object is to make sure that we have a squad of players that represents the size of this club and the talent that a club this size should have.
Villa know a win here gives them a 5-point cushion over Liverpool.
And so far, Derby are rather allowing Tony Cascarino to come off his marker and collect the ball when it's played up to him. Whether it's Wright or Blades, they've been sharing that responsibility. Cascarino up well now. Oh, and Platt, and that's really what Tony Cascarino has been brought to deliver. It was a fairly orthodox cross. Ramage. Alford and Platt, it was shoulder to shoulder, and Cowans with a delightful pass, squeezed out to Daly. Possibilities here for Villa, and coming in beyond the far post for Stuart Gray. It was a very firmly hit cross from Daly. All made possible in the first place by Cowan's perception. Gray couldn't reach it on the stretch. Pickering. Harris by Platt. Forsyth put into difficulties. An early cross from Platt. Cascarino! Oh, it's a great header. Callaghan follows in. And Shilton produced the sort of save that we've come to expect, really, but this was by far the best moment of the first half. Authentic Cascarino and the real Shilton. Davey, Platt, and Cascarino is in here for Aston Villa. And Mark Wright took the ball off him. Cascarino claiming that Wright used a hand. But Cascarino was quick enough here to get to the ball first, but the bounce, well, it certainly struck a hand. And if the referee saw it, he must have thought it wasn't intentional. Oh, that's a fine ball by Nielsen, just the sort that Daly thrives on. Ormond Royd's in the middle! Aston Villa have fashioned a direct attack that's left Peter Shilton sitting and reflecting. And Derby County a goal down. Kent Nielsen's pass was exquisite, and it was the driven cross from Daly, and Ormond Royd forced it in to confirm the wisdom of Graham Taylor's half-time substitution. Wright was lunging as well, but it was Ormond Royd's goal.
I enjoyed it. It's always nice to come to a big club like Aston Villa, and it was a long week, but I'm sure I've made the right decision in the long term, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
How did you find you fitted in with your teammates? What, you had one training session together?
Yeah, I trained once this week. I felt a bit tired towards the end, but I think it was quite basic. I knew what I had to do, and the lad in only, he told me a few things, you know, so it was good.
I think we was pleased really to see Tony come, because obviously he's a very good player. We played against him twice this year, and he scored against us down there. And I think he's a very good player, like I say, and he's good in the air, and he's strong, and I think he'll help us. He'll knock things down for other people. I think he'll benefit the team.
Well, they've done all the hard part. I've come along and just tried to finish the final touches. They've had a great season, the Aston Villa players, and I hope I can just come here and knock a few in and actually, well, I can't get a medal, I can't qualify for one, but, you know, just enjoy the championship with them if we can manage it.
If Villa are going to win the championship, they can't afford to make any slips in 2 trips to London. Matches against Queen's Park Rangers and Crystal Palace. First, QPR at Loftus Road.
And a chance to perhaps use their advantage in height. Here's Ormond Royd from the flick on, and David Seaman, how did he keep that out? Brilliant goalkeeping. Maddox. And now Barnsley with a chance to line up the shot. It came back to Barnsley off a post. Desperate moments these for Aston Villa. Sinton. Now Barker. And gratefully hauled in by Nigel Spink. Price up above Sinton. Wegley first to the loose ball. And Wegley capable of taking players on. And sets up Barker. Deflected, and Spink would have had no chance if that had dropped under the bar. Hesitation from Queen's Park Rangers that Ormondroyd could capitalise on, but David Seaman blocked him again. Nielsen somehow kept it in, and McGrath, after Cascarino had battled for it for Villa. Nicely played wide by Clark. This is the area where Sinton can be so effective. Price backpedaling, Clark going towards the near post. And he's angled the header in delightfully. Well, that came off Clark, I think, and Sansom got it off the line. Daly. Now Kevin Gage has a route opened up for him, it did, but the shot was wide. Wegley. That's a clever turn. He's got the better of David Platt. Sinton's in now. Rangers looking for a second and very nearly finding it. And might still do as it's returned by Bardsley. Right. Trying to serve Gascarino in the air. That's a handball by Clark. So Nielsen making his way forward. 15 minutes to go, and the First Division leaders behind here in West London. Cowans with the free kick. That's Nielsen, and they're not behind anymore. Kent Nielsen, 1-1. Gary Thompson, well known at Villa Park, makes his debut at Selhurst Park against Aston Villa. Bright, and Price, and Thompson got it! What a start for Gary Thompson in the colours of Crystal Palace. Villa looking unsure in the air without Derek Mountfield, as they have been for a few weeks now. Chris Price rescued them then. Cascarino. York is there. David Platt didn't have luck on his side. Nigel Martin came up with the ball.
Despite that defeat, the Villa are still top. But now Liverpool have 2 games in hand. Realistically, they must be in the driving seat. But as both sides have got to play third-placed Arsenal at Highbury, that picture could still change. Now, another appearance on live TV. It's a home game against Manchester City. City fighting a fierce relegation battle.
And Peter Reid's influence will be enormous on this Manchester City side through their troubles over these last few weeks. 33 years old now, on the coaching staff at Main Road. And Hendry in trouble. And Cascarino getting away. Playing it towards Olney. Might come to Platt. Olney's waiting. What's Platt doing? Playing it to Cowans. 12 minutes gone, a vital breakthrough for Villa, and Gordon Cowans, the man who finishes it off after work by Cascarino and by Olney and by Platt.
Brian, I don't think I've ever in my life seen a better bit of skill than that. He's beat 2 or 3 men, he's gone around the goalkeeper twice, hasn't panicked, looked up and played it right into Cowan's path. Cowan still had plenty to do, but when he gets time and space, he's got a trusty shot. That was absolutely phenomenal football from Platt.
Good challenge by Platt. Ormond right. Too slow. Ward. Ormond right trying to get back again. Ward! Yes! Mark Ward has equalised for Manchester City. His first goal since he joined them from West Ham, and one really they deserved on their play so far. Stumbling through and a good, powerful left foot shot. 1-1. City determined to get something out of this one in their battle against relegation, and here's David White onto the right foot against the post. Peter Reid. Celebration on the bench, there's celebration on the terraces, there's celebration on the field as Manchester City go 2-1 ahead. David White shot cannoning off that post, and Peter Reid following in to make it 2-1 to Manchester City.
One consolation for Villa fans, later that day David Platt is voted the PFA Player of the Year, a fitting reward for his achievements. Now, though, the Villa must get maximum points against Arsenal and Chelsea to retain any hopes of winning the title. Home advantage against Chelsea is a boost. To win at Highbury, though, that's a very tall order.
Winterburn with the kick. Chipped in there, and a good save! My goodness! O'Leary trying to get in there. It was Campbell, I think, whose header it was. Up goes Adams, in there once again, and Villa just delighted to put that behind for the corner. More good work by Spink, another scare for Villa, and Arsenal close again to scoring that vital opening goal. Winterburn played it in. Yes, it was Campbell whose header it was, and Spink saved on the line under a lot of pressure from Alan Smith as well. Birch. It'll be Martin Hayes. Martin Hayes will come off. Price with a header. Well, Lukic didn't really move for that. He knew he was dead, and if that had just crept under the bar, there's nothing the big goalkeeper could have done about it. Arsenal with 3 at home and 3 away. Villa with 3 at home and 2 away. Merson knocking it down towards Smith. Just over the top. And it just flicked off a defender, so it's another corner for Arsenal. But Merson immediately making his presence felt there. That's a
lovely little knockdown there, and Smithy battling away as usual when the ball's in and around the 6-yard box, getting the volley on it.
Merson towards Alan Smith, pushed away brilliantly by Spink. He hovered beautifully there, did Alan Smith, and got up as that ball went over Nielsen's head. A terrific header, but a splendid piece of goalkeeping again by Nigel Spink. 5 minutes of the game left. Campbell to Groves. Called him once more. McGrath well behind it. Only Cascarino up in a claret and blue shirt, though. He's getting a bit of support from Platt. Now this could be interesting. Platt has pulled away. Price has gone through for Villa. A great chance for Villa. Chris Price has done it on the breakaway. Great play by Cascarino. And Price now right in the clear, kept his nerve wide of Lukic into the corner of the net. Ian St John.
Well, I did say, predicted that this could happen because the way things were going with Arsenal, they pushed so many men forward, and it was a marvellous break, but great work by Cascarino in the first instance. I thought his play was excellent, but a great finish here by Chris Price.
Well, the fires of Aston Villa's championship ambition still burning fiercely, but the side that won at Highbury has been changed today. Stuart Gray, the captain, returns at left back because Kevin Gage damaged an ankle against Arsenal. And Derek Mountfield, who's missed 7 games with a knee problem, he's fit to return. Well, the floating ball in is not easy for defenders to deal with, or indeed for attackers to reach. McAllister plants another one forward. Jury beaten by Mountfield. Platt, there's a run on for Cascarino here, he's onside, and Erland Johnsen made up some ground but didn't have the strength really. Tony Cascarino beaten away by Besant, followed in by Gordon Cowans, and Aston Villa have scored. Cascarino has made it, Cowans has scored it. A terrific start for Villa. They're delighted, understandably. And Cascarino hammered it at goal. Besant couldn't hold it, and flying in was Cowans, who did very well to control his contact with the ball to guide it into the net. It was a good touch on the ball on the stretch by Cowans to get the goal.
This is how it looks now. Liverpool lead by a point. Liverpool with a game in hand. They too must play Arsenal at Highbury. So Villa, having beaten the Gunners, are now hoping George Graham's men will do them a favour and beat Liverpool. Villa know they've got to keep up the pressure against cup finalists Manchester United at Old Trafford.
Viv Anderson was first to it. Oh, it looked off the bar. And Paul McGrath, back at Old Trafford in Villa's colours, had to clear. Over Nielsen. Back for Cowans again. He's got the better of Brian Robson. Oh, and Cascarino! And still it won't go in for him or for Platt. Webb going ahead of McClare. Now Wallace. That's a terrific cross, matched by the goal from Mark Robbins. McGrath. Cascarino through the middle. Well, it's another near miss for Tony Cascarino. Manchester United, when they play it off the cuff, as they have been doing in recent games, they're very hard to contain. It's another chance for Robbins. It's another goal for him. Mountfield, and Platt couldn't reach it. Well, it's a real test for Aston Villa to try and rescue something from this game, and Tony Daly carrying the fight to Manchester United, as Villa have to do. United have got men over in this attack. Beardsmore on the ball. And Hughes! Well, that would have been the goal of this and many seasons. Can Daly get it on target? This time he can, and Les Sealey guarding the near post. A handshake between the two managers, 2-0 to Manchester United, their 4th league win in a row. They're into the FA Cup final as well. Their season is finishing stylishly. Aston Villa can't quite say the same.
That defeat probably cost Villa the title. Graham Taylor says, "We weren't outplayed, we were outscored. They were very, very good goals." Villa's only hope is that Liverpool slip up at home, while Villa must win every game from now on in. Cascarino's old club, relegated Millwall, are next, and there's a Villa old boy in charge.
Cowans assessing what's on in the centre. And it was very nearly the head of Paul McGrath. Clever work from Platt, and Brannigan did very well to reach it. Cowans. Oh, and Brannigan has made another magnificent save, a miracle that one. Bruce Rioch, pleased that his team are fighting so hard, I'm sure. Off Nielsen, and this time David Platt has just touched it over the line, and with 10 minutes left, Aston Villa have finally ended Millwall's resistance.
The news from Anfield isn't good. After drawing with Arsenal, Liverpool walloped Chelsea by 4 goals to 1. Liverpool 2 points ahead and with a game in hand. So Villa must win the next game and pray for miracles. That's the scenario for Villa against Norwich.
Crook with the corner for Norwich, away on the far side. Cascarino. And Fox! Oh, it's a marvellous goal. Norwich City are in front. Not the start that Villa wanted. Cowans with the corner, and McGrath! And that's 1-1. That's more like it. Cascarino. Still Cascarino. This is a good run. And he scored! It's found its way in. His first goal for Villa. Could be priceless. Daly. Manfield stayed forward. Daly didn't use him. Cowans. And Platt. Could this be 3? Yes, that will do their title ambitions. No harm at all. Sherwood striding forward. And again, oh, Manfield! That's going in! A disaster for Villa. Derek Manfield stretching out a leg to try and divert that ball away from Sherwood. All he did was steer it in. 3-2. Sherwood. Rosario's the target, and he's away from Manfield. This could be dangerous. 3-3. Robert Rosario. Cascarino's in, and Villa's title hopes fading fast.
A draw isn't good enough. The title goes to Liverpool. They beat Queen's Park Rangers. Villa's championship dream is over. What's the manager's verdict?
We were 1-0 down, came back to 3-1 with 10 minutes to go. And I suppose really no one would have expected Aston Villa, with the defensive record that they had shown, to concede 2 goals in 4 minutes in that last 10-minute period, where we really did play well. And I think at that time, of course, when we did that and the result came through to Liverpool, I think it was a very quiet dressing room, because right up till that moment you had believed that you were going to continue to win, and that somewhere a minor miracle would work for you, and then you realise it's not. So it's very quiet. But then my particular view was that I've always sort of pretty well had a philosophy of when you win you stay in, and when you lose you go on the booze. So I went out that night, and I hope the players did, because there was nothing we could do about it anymore, was there?
It's been a gallant effort though by the Villa, and now they complete their league programme on Merseyside with a match at Goodison Park against Everton. At least the pressure's off now.
Newell, pursued by McGrath. Poynton's cross. Oh, an own goal! Cascarino of all people! Daly, good running by Blake to find that position. Cascarino has got one in for the right team this time. 1-1. Nielsen. Oh, and Cotty found his shot blocked. The pressure's on, and the ball is in the Villa net, deposited there by Mike Newell. Southall in a hurry, and the linesman is flagging. Now, did Southall carry the ball outside of the area? That's what happened. Cowans clips it into the corner. A great equaliser. Olney. Daly, in the sort of position where he loves to run. Off he goes. Southall struggling. A freak. A master goalkeeper caught out. Call. Sheedy. Cotty tripped by Derek Mountfield. It's a penalty. Sheedy sends it into the bottom corner. A terrific game. It's Everton 3, Aston Villa 3.
The players thank the fans. Villa finish with a flourish. 6 goals in 2 games, both drawn though. Was it that home defeat by Wimbledon that really turned the tide against them?
Now, I think that when we went to the top of the table against Tottenham Hotspur, I don't think anybody would know that in the next 11 league games we would only score 8 goals. So I don't think it was just that defeat against Wimbledon. It was the fact that suddenly we lost our cutting edge in front of goal. Not that we were prolific goal scorers, but we were always capable of putting the 1s and 2s in, and having such a strong defence, that was enough to sort of win us games. But who was to know, as I say, that 11 games after the Tottenham game, we would have only scored 8 more league goals, and that's where I think, not in any one game did we lose it, we lost it over a period of time by simply not scoring enough goals.
Here's the confirmation of Villa's marvellous season. Villa runners-up to Liverpool. And when you compare this season with last, the transformation has been outstanding. David Platt tops the club's scoring charts. He gets 24 goals. Platt also finishes as the PFA Footballer of the Year. Olney, Daly and Mountfield all make significant contributions. Platt, though, is the star of the show. One award eludes him. Villa's goal of the season, scored by Tony Daly. It demonstrates Daly's lightning pace and bravery in the box to perfection.